back here to the Bossman show. As promised, we're joined by the Falcons beat writer, the Atlanta Ledbetter of the AJC here on the Bossman show. D-Led, what's going on with you, man? How was your bye week?
Oh, man, not too much. Everything's going well. The bye week was good. Got in a couple little rest, a little bit of work, and back ready to finish out the season here with the Falcons, with the trading deadline passing today and them not getting any help for that defense.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw where they traded Clinton Dix to the Redskins. I'm pretty sure we could have gave them a 5th-round pick for Dix and bring him to help that back end, because the Falcons back end, as you and I both know, are hurting bad, talent-wise and in play.
Yeah, no question about it, especially when you factor in that they're going to get some compensatory picks for Dontari Poe and Adrian Claiborne leaving. That they could very well have parted with the 4th-round pick here to shore up that defense for this season.
You got that right, and you got Jared back, which is good. Deion Jones is maybe a few games away, depending on what Coach Quinn says, be like 8 games. So, but still, when you're going around out there, Bethel, Richards, Bleeding Ray Wilson out there in the back end, Casey is playing good, but he's still a backup. So you got to shift that back end, and I think a move they got on rule, D-Led, is this. It didn't sound Eric Reed when they had a chance days in Carolina, and those guys are 5-2 on a run, on a good roll right now, and the Falcons are at 3-4, still close to the wild card, but I thought the division may be out of their hands based on the moves they made on that defense there.
Yeah, but it's a lot of football left. I don't like counting games with half of the season still left to play. It don't make sense, really. They're 3 games back with 9 to play, so that don't really mean anything. And you got a head-to-head coming up. But I know people started counting it that way. But, the defense is so bad that, every game's a mystery or goes down to the end when it don't need to be that way. If you can get a safety that shuts some plays down. Deion's going to come back, and that's going to help. But the safety position, I'm fine with Casey at free safety. And I don't think the quarterbacks are going to play that bad again, the way they played against the Giants. They'll be fine. And I'm fine with how Duke Riley and Foye Oluokun are taking over for Deion. But the one thing I'm not, that they need help is that free safety. That's the position where you got to shut down the running game. And, they need to do that against the Redskins. And certainly Sherrod Niesman is the guy they seem to be going with and hanging their head on, a guy that they cut and didn't want to re-sign. But he got all the snaps against the Giants, and it looks like they're moving away from Richard.
And also, the line's banged up. You lost Fusco with Levitri on that line. I know they signed a guy today who they used to have, I think, and they also signed another guy during the bye week for the line. So how you feeling about that old line? Because right now, Matt's running for a life, if you ask me, more than usual, if you ask me. Tevin Coleman not really getting anything going in the running game, and Edo Smith. So that line's a little shaky up there in front of Matt and the running backs there.
Yeah, they got the 2 guards, Ben Garland and Wes Schweitzer, that they basically tried to replace with Brandon Fusco and Andy Levitri. So they went out and signed Zane Beatles today. He played with the 49ers, and then they got the veteran Austin Pasteur. And it was kind of funny that the depth chart just came out for this game, and they got Pasteur as the backup right guard. So they're not real happy with Garland. I think he'll be on a short leash here as Pasteur can try to get back in game shape. And Zane Beatles is 31. He's a veteran. He's played 100 and made 115 starts. So if Schweitzer and Garland can't get the running game going, they got some old guys to run out there and try to tighten up that offensive line.
Yeah, because I feel like it wouldn't be so much on Matt if we could get Tevin Coleman to get him going a little bit more and getting Edo Smith going. But D-Led, I don't know if you've noticed this now, but it seems like we have two runs. We have a toss crack to the outside and an inside zone, a little bit of outside zone out of 12 personnel or 11 personnel. I feel like there needs to be more creativity in the run game for the Falcons going forward. Now give Matt some little relief off of throwing the ball around, just to get moving the ball down the field all game long.
Yeah, well, what the problem is that the run game's not getting you much, just 80 yards a game. I don't care how you run it, if you run straight I formation, but that's not going to. The thing is that people are going to stop paying attention to those play action fakes. Ryan has to throw off for those play action fakes. That's a big part of offense. People are like, well, we're going to shut down the run and not paying attention to these play action fakes. So that's the big problem. They got to stick with the run. See more stretch handoff runs where the bootleg comes out of that, as opposed to the dives and the toss sweeps. The tosses are not working, but they keep trying them.
Yeah, unsuccessfully each week. You see, I'm like, why? I'm just like, why? And it's always to the short side of the field to the toss. That's the thing that burns my soul. So I always say short side of the field. If I'm going to run a toss, I'm going to run to the open side of the field where it's more green than it is on the short side of the field. But that's what we're Sark doing right now. I don't agree with it, but Coach Quinn seems to love it, and we'll go with it, I guess.
Yeah, he's trying to do an old Coughlin thing where more people are on the strong side. So on the short side, you can try to overpower fewer people and get it going that way. I've seen them do that back in the day with Jack McNeil at Boston College, and it's definitely a college move where you're trying to run your better guys on the short side against their lesser guys, because they're going to put the big guys on the wide side.
Now, Matt Bryant, I know he's on kick on Thursday. Is he looking good for this week, or we'll see how Georgia for one more week at least?
Yeah, Bossman, the coach, we all know this by now. The coach is always too optimistic with these injuries. That's a 43-year-old guy. We know the hamstring's a 6-week injury.
Yes, indeed.
So we ain't gonna call the coach a liar here, but we know that he's just trying to get the other team ready and see if they're gonna prepare for both kickers. When we kind of know that the guy ain't kicking on Thursday, and we know his hamstring ain't ready. So, we could let coach say that and put it out there, but we know that I'm not expecting him to kick this week. Short of the story here.
Yes, indeed. Now, D-Led, a lot of fans hit me about Julio Jones getting a touchdown. This is my thing. Julio on that field, he attracts at least 2 people, sometimes 3. Really scoring because of Julio. Hooper's playing well because of Julio. Is Muhammad Student this thing, and Hardy engaging and Hardy getting touches because of Julio being out there attracting attention. So I'm trying to tell the fans here, let's not look at the touchdown. Look at what the guy's doing. Leading the league in receiving almost still, and he's not scoring a touchdown, but whatever. But his presence alone opens up the whole offense the Falcons want to run.
Yeah, no question about it, boss man. Those are the fantasy people that are complaining about the touchdowns. The real football people know that Julio is drawing coverages. I mean, you've seen walk-in touchdowns in each of these last games where Hooper just walks in or Coleman just walks in because everybody's looking at Julio. So, Calvin Ridley's got 6 touchdowns off of Julio. So, that's what Sarkisian's doing. He's playing off of Julio. They got 2 people for sure, looking at him. Then, somebody else has got a one-on-one. And so the other guys are winning their one-on-one matchups. And I believe they're 54% on third downs that way, and they're top in the red zone, even after after they were really bad in the red zone against the Eagles.
Now, D-Led, talk about this. Austin Hooper's development has been amazing. I feel like the OTAs OTAs, working with Matt outside of the OTAs has really helped him develop. And this guy's playing well when his one-on-one matches on the back end. So he's a threat now on the back end where you can go trips and have him on the tight end side alone. He is winning his matchups. He's causing problems in the middle of the field. Hooper's development has really helped his offense go to a new level this year, D-Led.
Yeah, no doubt. He spent time with Matt Ryan and, was working his schedule around Matt. Matt was staying home with the twins and so forth. So Matt and Hooper have a new chemistry now that they hadn't had before. We saw that in Pittsburgh where they took everything away and left Hooper open. He caught 9 balls. So they built on the trust from that game and followed it up with another game where he caught a lot of balls against the Bucks and against the Giants. So that's definitely been a new weapon, a certain addition. He's on pace for put up some pretty good numbers this year.
Last one I got for you, D-Led, is this. We see more of Marvin Hall running over deep routes because Coach Quinn talked about because Marvin Hall hit on a deep route last year and another game he hit on a deep route. So do you feel like we'll see more of him in the offense with Sanu out there and Ridley giving Julio a blow and trying to run Marvin on a diagonal across the field or a deep end or a deep post or a go route to get the defense to go over the top a little bit more there?
Yeah, that's a backside post they threw. A lot was going on the other side, and they knew Janoris Jenkins was back there by himself, and Marvin can go get it. So, I would think you're going to definitely try that some more. Definitely with teams that, try to match up man and bring the safeties into the box and down on Julio, and then you're going to leave that backside corner in one-on-one. So you got to take your shots, whether it's with Ridley, Julio, or Marvin Hall.
Yes, indeed. D-Led, hey, man, thank you for your time again today, man. Look forward to seeing you down the road here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, man. Have a good trip to D.C. this weekend. Hope we get to come back to that win now.
All right, boss, man. We'll do what we can up there.
That's it, D, folks. That's my man for NJC. D-Led on the Bossman Show.
My name is D-Nice. My name is D-Nice. My name is D-Nice. Taking out your suckers and you don't know how I did it.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consultant, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. academicsandathleticsconsulting.com, or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24, or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Here on the Bossman Show from the out there in Oklahoma City. My man Eric Horn joined me on the Bossman Show. Eric, man, how are things tonight out there in OKC, man?
Oh, it's wonderful, man. Weather's great. Can't complain. Thunder could be playing better, but, they got an opportunity tonight.
Yes, indeed. Started off 1-4 this year. Russ missed a few games out there, man. Do you contribute a start to this Russ being out and not having that rhythm together right now? That they'll get together real soon because Russ is going to get going, PG will get going, everybody be together again once more.
It's more than that. Russell's a big deal. They missed him against Golden State. They missed him in the game against the Clippers last week. But they played well enough defensively against Golden State to be able to win that game. The trouble has just been shooting overall. Not just Russell, but Paul George has been streaky. Patrick Patterson is the guy who they were counting on to make some outside shots. He just got really going in the last 5 quarters or so. So they really had some difficulties. I mean, they're the worst shooting team in the league right now through 5 games in terms of three-point percentage, free throw percentage, and overall shooting percentage. So they just got to get some shots to fall, and it's not just Russell in that department.
Yes, indeed. Because like you said, Paul George is streaky. You got Daniel Schroeder, who I had here in Atlanta. He's real streaky as well. Jeremy Grant, those guys. There's all streak shooters there. So you got to get consistency in that regard so they can get kind of more gel as a team there so they can all make this happen. And then defensively, how's Coach Don talking about the defense so far? I know he's a big guy on defense. So how's he feeling about the defense that those guys are playing right now?
Yeah, what was that last part?
I said, how is it about the defense those guys are playing right now?
Wait, say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Okay. I said the defense Coach Donovan. How is it the defense the team is playing right now in the first 5 games of the season? I know you lost some games, but how is he talking about defensively how those guys are playing so far?
That's been a mixed bag too. That they'll put in a good couple of quarters. They haven't put in a full 48 minutes defensively, basically since the first game against Golden State. Last couple nights ago against the Suns, they looked better, but it's the Suns, and the Suns aren't a very good team. They came apart in the fourth quarter once they kind of let their guard down. So they still yet to put in a full 48. It'll be interesting to see if they can tonight against the Clippers. Nerlens Noel has been a guy who's been very impactful and energetic for them off the bench. He started last game for Steven Adams, had 20 and 15 and 4 steals. So he's a guy that they count on to bring some defensive energy. And they're still struggling to kind of get some cohesiveness on that end, particularly without Andre Robertson.
And speaking of Andre Robertson, when will he be back? I know he had a setback in rehab. He's going to reevaluate him in 2 months. I believe that was a story out there. What's the word on him?
Well, that still kind of remains to be seen. They're not going to rush him back. He tore or he ruptured that patella tendon in his left knee in January 27th of 2018. So it's coming up, it's coming up on 10, 11 months since he's been in a game. He's going to be reevaluated in early December. It would be ideal if he could come back within that month, but this is a guy who relies so much on his athleticism, his lateral quickness. They want him to be as comfortable as possible on the floor. because he's a real difference maker defensively. So there's not really a timetable for when he's going to be back. It's just a matter of when he's comfortable, and he's cleared by the doctors.
And speaking of that, do you feel like once he returns, that OKC will jump into maybe that top 4 range of the Western Conference, or they'll still be a 5-8 team once Andre gets healthy and gets going again?
Look, unless Andre Robertson comes back and is miraculously hitting free throws and jump shots, I don't think that his defensive talents are going to be enough for them to get into the top 4. They've still got to show that they can have cohesive offense. And look, and Andre Robertson does make their offense better in this sense. He's a great cutter. He's a guy who's selfless. He's a good offensive rebounder. His off-ball movement really helps them. He gets out in transition. He shot a career high from the field last year because he was good around the rim. Look, if he comes back and he's the athlete he was before, he could certainly help their offense in that regard. But they're still going to struggle against elite defenses to spread the floor. So that's why I wouldn't say that right now they're a top 4 team in the West. The West is loaded. They've got to show me a little bit more offensively and show that they've improved in that regard before I say that they're going to be a top 4 team.
Exactly, and I see they extended an option on Ferguson there, and also now returning Paul George, to me, it seems like the flexibility for the team going forward is kind of shot there, right? So what moves could they make to improve this team offensively if they want to do that at the deadline here?
Well, there's still a lot of time for that. I mean, obviously, every team in the league would like to add an additional shooter. The price for shooting is just so high that I don't know if the Thunder is going to be able to go get somebody that's going to completely revamp their offense in terms of the or not revamp their offense necessarily, but make it into this dynamic top 5 group. It's important to keep in mind this too. The Thunder was a top 10 offense in the league last year, and that was with limited perimeter shooting in terms of the guys that you typically think about, like those Steph Curry calibers or those Klay Thompson calibers. They were a top 10 offense, and they got off to a terrible start last year, too. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that they're still going to be a very good offense this season. But I don't know if there's any particular person that they can go get that's going to make them a great offense themselves. But look, the most important thing for them is for Russell Westbrook and Paul George to be more efficient offensive players. Those are the guys that are going to have the ball in their hands more than anybody. Russell Westbrook has to be better than whatever he shot from the free throw line in the past 2 seasons. He went from an 82% free throw shooter in his MVP season to like a 72% free throw shooter last season. That's a 10-point drop, man. If that guy's going to get to the line 10 times a game, he's got to make a better percentage than that. Paul George has got to get to the line more. He's got to be less streaky. So the guys that have the ball in their hands have to ascend to the levels of some of these other elite talents in the NBA. Westbrook and Paul George have to be more efficient, and that in turn will help some of the other guys be more efficient as well.
Yeah, because I feel like, if those guys get rolling, man, that's a hell of a duo to have, PG and Russ out there with those role players. You can get them all going and gelling at the same good time. I think it'd be a great thing. It could scare somebody. It might not win the series, but it could scare somebody in the playoffs there. Now, has Coach Donovan discussed rotations with you guys? Is he kind of going to use the first 10 games or so to kind of see his rotations here? Or it just kind of derailed him getting a true rotation he wants to go with going forward?
Well, Donovan's a guy who likes to mix and match. Last year was a little bit different because you had to kind of balance the ego of Carmelo Anthony. So it was really difficult for him to move Carmelo out of that starting spot. Carmelo started 78 games last season where he probably shouldn't have, and he probably, frankly, shouldn't have started in the playoffs or played the bulk of the minutes because he's just a declining player. But now you've got a little bit more flexibility there with him out. You can have lineups where you have a Patrick Patterson or a Jeremy Grant on any given night. You can even have a situation where, he might want to experiment with playing Dennis Schroeder as a starter at shooting guard if he wants to experiment there. But really more important than the starting position is who's playing the bulk of the minutes. Right now he's starting Terrence Ferguson, but Terrence Ferguson is not going to be a guy who's going to get the bulk of the minutes as shooting guard. That'll probably be, rookie Hamidou Diallo, Alex Abrines, who's a guy who can spread the floor. And then, he might be able to work in a guy like Abdul Nader as he gets more conditioned because he missed the entire preseason. So, yeah, Donovan's going to be fluid with his rotations throughout the year. He likes to play a starting unit, pretty much together for as much as possible. When Robertson comes back, He's probably going to have Robertson entrenched in that starting unit. But as of now, I think it's kind of an open season when it comes to the shooting guard and the power forward positions.
I hear that, man. So let me ask you this, brother. Dennis Schroeder, the guy I know pretty well from his time in Atlanta. How's he fitting in that locker room so far, and what's his role going to be going forward? Will he be playing some two guard with Russ and PG out there, or he just redoing the second unit thing, playing a little bit here or there with them guys, just picking a little bit, depending on how the nights go there?
No, it's going to be a mix, Schroeder is a guy who's going to have to play with Westbrook. He's one of their best 4 or 5 players. He can add a level of, ball handling and kind of some dynamicism to that lineup with Paul George and Russell Westbrook. He's another guy who can get the rim. He's good in pick and roll. He has a pretty solid chemistry with both Nerlens Noel and Steven Adams in that pick and roll lob game. So it's a situation where he's going to have to play more minutes. Sometimes you're going to see Dennis Schroeder closing games. He started to get a little bit more confidence as the season's gone on. He hasn't been outstanding defensively yet. I don't think anybody on the Thunder has in particular, except for Noel. But this is a guy who they're spending $14-15 million a year to keep him here. That's a guy that's got to play heavy minutes for you, and it's got to be with Westbrook and George.
Yes, indeed. Well, Eric, I tell you what, brother, I look forward to seeing you guys when you guys come to Atlanta, man. Good for us, hope to meet you in person and seeing you guys, see what you guys got to offer for these Hawks here who are tanking as usual. That's what we do here. We tank, man. So
it's a rebuilding effort, so that's kind of understandable. But yeah, they've got a promising future.
Yes, indeed. Eric, you have a great night tonight. Hope you beat the Clippers tonight, man, and talk to you real soon, brother.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today, True Speech and 313 Fresh, Family Grind ENT. Believe in it, get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay. Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.
All right, folks, back in the Jared the Bossman Show. We're joined by the MMQBs, Andy Benoit on the Bossman Show. Andy, how are things with you, my good brother?
Hey, JR, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good since the Falcons have winning some games here lately.
Yeah, three and four. They're more in it than people think. They're not in it. I mean, they're not leading, but 3 and 4. No team's ever been eliminated at 3 and 4.
You got that right. I want to talk today about the Cleveland Browns miss, Andy. Hard Knocks kind of gave us a glimpse of it, but what was really the breaking point for the Hugh Jackson, Todd Haley's firings of Monday here after 8 games this year?
Yeah, I think my sense, I don't know this for sure. I'm not on the inside there, but my sense is management was saying, you know what, neither of these, Hugh Jackson, it's not like he's an epic coach, and Todd Haley's not flawless, and these two guys are not worth the bickering, and it's complicating matters for other people in this building and other people on our team. So those are two big personalities or unique personalities. Haley's a big personality. And I've heard people who've worked with them before. You've heard that, and that everyone's going to deal with that differently, and not everyone's going to like it. So I think the Browns felt it wasn't worth it. I'm a little surprised. You could argue, JR, that they've fired Jackson both too late and too early. I'm surprised that he had the job this year after the last 2 years, but since they went that way, yeah, I would. But since they decided, since they went that way, and they know him better than we do. I would have thought they would give him a full season with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, because I think you drafted the guy in 1 overall. At least give the guy a year. And he's known to be a quarterback whisperer and a great offensive mind. But I feel like this is a John Dorsey forced Haley on him. Haley thinks he should be a head coach in the league still. He has an ego about himself. I feel like it was doomed from the start with 2 egos. And then don't win Greg Williams as well, another ego. 3 egos and that leading this team was not going to work out ever when you ask me, when you put it all together in the offseason there.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of personality in the room, and when you have a young QB, that becomes a bigger deal probably. So the Browns will find they'll begin their search, and I imagine they're going to look for an offensive-minded head coach this offseason.
And Andy, I feel like this. I hear a lot of Mike McCarthy because he's known John Dorsey from Green Bay. But to me, Mike McCarthy's offense is very of the West Coast variety, and there's hot routes. It's kind of you call whatever I call. You can't ad-lib or change the plays really like you could in a more open offense, or the console offense, rather. So I feel like he's not the good fit for that team in Cleveland. But now you want this discipline and getting a team together, getting them in a right culture. Yes, before your young quarterback, I don't think they'll be a good fit for him in Cleveland. Green Bay sees he's in tanks here going forward.
Yeah, that's a hard one for me to even speak on. I don't know Mike McCarthy. He's pretty secretive, so he doesn't talk to people like me, to be honest, even off the record, which I understand. So I don't know what he's like. He's got such a unique situation with his quarterback there. He's got Rodgers, who got to sit behind Favre for several years, and now Rodgers is a very vested veteran. He may be the most talented guy of all time at his position. So the offense certainly has been tweaked and catered to account for that. I don't know what a Mike McCarthy offense looks like now if we're just to give him an average QB or a developmental QB.
You got that right. Now, let me ask you this now, Andy. Do you feel like this, that the game against the Rams on Sunday may have started the Packers downslide here? Because I feel like there's a lot of tension brewing in Green Bay. I'm hearing a lot of noise from people up there about him and Rodgers. Do you feel like it's real? And you feel, and Ty Montgomery's traded today to the Ravens, so they got him out of the building now. So do you feel like there's something going on in Green Bay that Brian Gutekunst may want to start over fresh with his own guy, his own people, and get Mike out of there, kind of like how he did, Tate Thompson did and hiring McCarthy there?
Possibly. That's an interesting theory. Green Bay's in a tough part of their schedule right now. I think I would remember when Rodgers said RELAX. I think it's maybe one of those situations because the whole NFC, I mean, Chicago won, but the rest of the NFC North lost last week. So Green Bay's not dropping in the standings. I would have reevaluate that come late December. I don't know if that's even on the GM's mind at this point.
Now, Andy, do you like today's trade deadline flurry of trades today? Because the NFL trade deadline used to be kind of dead, but now we have trades today, different Dante Fowler, Golden Tate, Demaryius Thomas moving. Of course, I mentioned Ty Montgomery. So, do you like how the trade deadline is in the NFL a little bit more active now than it used to be back in the day there when it was week 6?
I think it makes it more. Yeah, I think it's more interesting. It's just one more dimension of football to talk about. People like player movement and. Teams tell you a lot by how they address players. They tell you how they want to play. The Lions, for example, really value gap integrity and just clogging the middle of the field. They go out and get Damon Harrison. The Rams, they didn't say this in the offseason, but it was plain to see that they had everything you could want on defense except an edge rusher. So they go get a guy with a lot of raw talent, at least, in Fowler. The Eagles trade for Golden Tate. I find that one a little bit interesting because Tate's at his best in the slot. And that's the only spot where Nelson Aguilar is really affected. So they didn't have a need for that. But let's remember Tate a few years ago when he was Detroit's number one receiver for a little bit there, he played all over the formation and was very effective. And then so I think he'll be an outside receiver for the Eagles. The teams are telling you what the film already shows. They've got weaknesses. They're in contention. They want to correct those weaknesses with the trade.
Yes, indeed. And Washington getting Ha-Ha Clinton-Dix, I thought that helps them on the back end there. Him and Swearinger in that back end make the defense a little bit more potent and more fearful out there in Washington with Josh Norman on the outside there.
And that one, I'm a little surprised by that move, to be honest, because I kind of like Monte Nicholson, who's been playing free safety for him, playing both those guys in Washington. They play free safety and strong safety in that scheme. You move around. They're similar guys. Nicholson's a long-bodied guy. He's a thick guy. He's got more years on his contract than Clinton-Dix, but Washington's 5-2, so obviously they're in that buyer's market too.
And Adrian Peterson, now he couldn't get a workout, so Washington's brought him in there after Doug Williams called him in there for a workout there. They signed the guy. Do you think this guy had this much gas left from the thing that he's shown this year for the Redskins?
He's been very impressive. He's not, if you didn't know who he was, you'd think, man, this guy is an elite running back because he's not what Adrian Peterson used to be. He takes a little bit longer to change directions now, but he can still explode off of those changes of direction, and not very many guys can do that. So I've been highly impressed with him. He has looked good. He's the main reason that offense has functioned at a decent level.
And the Giants, I feel like, is a year late on trying to rebuild. And one of their quarterbacks got arrested today up there in Jersey. But do you feel like the Giants and Dave Gettleman is probably going to just wish they hadn't tried to go all in this year, fool themselves and thinking that Eli was good, we give them some weapons, pay some guys, we'll be good to go. Because I feel like this team is, when I saw them in Atlanta here on last Monday night, they looked pretty bad and depressing out there. It's been saying them here in Atlanta last week.
Yeah, things aren't going well for the Giants. I understand why they thought they were in contention for this season heading into the year, and let's keep Eli and let's just get him a running back because remember that Giants team won the NFC East in 2016. So and I think their thinking was when our receivers don't all get injured like they did in 2017, we can be a competitive team. It has not worked out that way. They're going to have to reevaluate. So I don't mind it, but let's remember, if we're going to criticize Eli, you got to remember his presence is the reason Saquon Barkley's there, and Barkley might be the best running back in football by season's end.
Yes, indeed. He may can get 1,000 rushing and receiving.
Yeah,
have done some Falk and Craig there.
Yeah, and what's kind of the irony of that, because he's a great player, but that 1,000 will be a little bit representative of what's wrong with the Giants' offense, too. There's been a lot of dinking and dunking, and your running back's going to be the beneficiary of that. But Barkley, I think, can be the focal point of a passing game, similar to what Le'Veon Bell is, at least as a number 2 guy. Le'Veon Bell, when he's playing with Antonio Brown in Pittsburgh.
That's what I got for Andy is this. The Dallas Cowboys got Amari Cooper. How do you feel he'll help that offense in Dallas there under Linehan and Garrett?
Honestly, I don't think he'll be a big – I mean, I think he's an upgrade, and I think he's a quality player. I see him as a really good number 2. So I don't think he'll be a big difference maker in and of himself. And when I say difference maker, I envision someone who changes your approach on offense, who changes the scope of how you play. I don't think Cooper can do that because he struggles against press coverage. So Dallas wants to spread out, run ISO routes, spread the field. They don't have receivers who are good enough to win by themselves in a spread formation, so they go out and get Amari Cooper. I'm not so sure he solves that issue either. I still think the Cowboys need to have a highly schemed passing game.
Yeah, Andy, with the knowledge as always. Andy, thank you for going to show again, my good brother. I hope to see you at Super Bowl in February, man.
All right, take care.
All right, Andy, have a good day.
Okay, you too.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consultant, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Back on the Bossman Show, time for Bad Takes with Jay Monique. Jay, what's good with you? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good, and Jay, we have a new saying here. bad takes get even worse takes. Because I feel that's been my week. That the bad takes started on Thursday, and it's rolled into this week's show, and they have not stopped since last week's show, Jay.
Oh, no.
Yes, so our new saying here is that bad takes get even worse takes. And the first bad take is this. Posting a live C-section you're going through on Instagram Live and Facebook Live. Nobody want to see that.
That's disgusting.
Whoever chick's friend was, had the Facebook IG Live going of her getting her C-section done. Don't want to see that crap.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that. What kind of friend is that? And why did she let her? And why did the friend agree to do it? What is going on?
And the friend said, "Did you get this, baby? You got my how I look cut open." That's your take. How I look cut open?
Nobody looks good cut open.
And didn't the friend, the person who got cut on had another even worse take? Quote, "I'm unpregnant now." What does that mean?
What does that mean, unpregnant? Who says that?
I'm, quote, unpregnant now? Bam. Get a C-section.
Like as if the pregnancy was reversed or something. Like, you're unpregnant now. Yeah, I'm unpregnant now. What?
Oh my God. This is all on Facebook IG Live of this bad take. How I look cut open and I'm unpregnant now? After the child was cut out of her?
Yep, and she meant it.
Once again, Jay, social media fails us again.
Yep.
It fails us again. Like, are you kidding me? That's your take? Wow. That is your take. And it's just embarrassing that one has a take that bad. But once again, I just don't get it, Jay. Personal events like births and people dying or funerals should not be on Facebook Live and IG Live. That's not what it was made for.
I agree.
We don't
like,
want to see that.
Shouldn't be there.
Jesus. Then her money line, I'm, quote, unpregnant now. That's so
yep.
Like, what?
How about just simply say, I'm no longer pregnant, or I'm not pregnant anymore, instead of saying, I'm unpregnant?
Like, ma'am, you can't, quote, undo that. No, you were pregnant.
Right,
ma'am.
I was just thinking the same thing. Like, as if somebody's undoing something.
Ma'am, we ain't undo that. Now, you were pregnant and you got cut open. Now, you delivered your child a different route, because it was, quote, and Jay, she misquoted the word. Yeah, girl. I think my baby was a breech or something, a bridge or something. Bitch is breech, not bridge. Jesus Christ. That video was painful. I watched. It was painful.
That sounds painful.
Ignorance of certain people on social media. Also, Jay. Okay, this is a take. I don't want to be this mean. I don't be this mean though. Covering sporting events with an iPad. You call yourself a photographer, Jay, but you're using an iPad stand as for your quote photography. Now,
oh no,
I'm no photographer. I'm a photography expert. But come on, an iPad should not allow you to cover a concert or a sporting event as a photographer. You need to have a real camera with a case. You can't walk up here with an iPad as your camera to do photography. I'm sorry. That's a horrible take.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think it's unprofessional and tacky.
Yeah, and get this, the person had, quote, 2 iPads. And had stands for both. Like, he was really a photographer.
Wow, that's crazy. That's like somebody walking into an event with media credentials with just a cell phone. Talk about they a photographer. To me, it's just the equivalent.
It is. It is the exact equivalent. And I'm looking at this dude like, you're an embarrassment to our profession.
Yep.
You know, and I don't mean to talk down on people, but that was terrible. Now, Jay, this is something I gotta talk about. I went to the Atlanta food truck park last week, and I'm sorry, Jay, these food trucks are very overpriced, out of control. Why am I paying $14 for a burger and fries? What's up with your burger and fries? Chicken and waffles, $12. 5 wings, $9.24.
Even the pizza shop don't sell 5 wings for $9.24.
I'm like, what?
They meant it.
One soft taco and an entree and a side, $8.73. What?
That's highway robbery.
So Jay, I also want to get these. I get you to have a business overhead, but you have a food truck. You're at the food truck park, but don't gouge because you're at the food truck park. Come on, I go ahead and try to find me a good variety of good food to eat. And I'm not going to pay these premium prices for some kind of a damn fucking old ass Chevy. Hell no.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, chili cheese fries, $10.
You can usually get them like $2.50 to $3 at certain events. Even up to 5 at the most.
Foot long beef hot dog, $9.21.
Oh, that's insane. That's just taking advantage of people. They're taking advantage of the situation and they're price gouging people. There's no reason for the prices to be that high.
So, I don't know about anybody in your towns, but the Atlanta Food Truck Park, I'm disappointed in them prices. I went there looking for a good meal, something different. Now, I could afford to pay it, yes, but why would I pay those prices that I know are overpriced and they're getting over on me?
Exactly. I wouldn't pay those prices if I was hungry. If I was really even that hungry, I would wait until after the event and then, go eat elsewhere or wait till I got home.
Yeah, the Atlanta Food Truck Park. Not going there anytime soon. And we got this take, Jay. This is from bowling season, Jay. Bowling season is live in full effect. We had a guy, North Carolina, arrested because he peed on the voting machine because it angered him.
Oh, no.
How? Okay.
The voting machine angered him, so he decided to urinate on it?
Yes. How does those two things correlate to each other? How do you connect? How does the voting machine first anger you? That's the first problem. Secondly, it angers you. Why don't you ask an attendant? But no, you decide to pee on it. To quote,
exactly, as if it was going to make some type of a difference.
How does it quote make it better depending on the voting machine? How does it make it better? It's electronic, so you freezing the damn machine. I don't understand. We had a guy throw a voting machine, and have a guy pee on one. What is wrong with these men?
Exactly.
Who
they're throwing and urinating these machines because they're mad?
I don't understand. It's not that hard. If you have difficulty with the ballot, ask an attendant ask a voting attendant at the polls. You have to be throwing machines or peeing on machines because it, quote, angers you. I'm just trying to figure out how a voting machine, quote, angers somebody.
I'm still trying to figure out myself because I don't understand.
These guys do not make sense. Don't make sense at all. So, folks, that's bad takes.
hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.
Did you hear the news? Metro PCS is now Metro by T-Mobile. Now you get new plans with unlimited high-speed data all month long, all on the T-Mobile network. Check out the new Metro by T-Mobile today and discover the smarter way to get unlimited. Metro by T-Mobile. That's genius. During congestion, the fraction of customers using greater than 35 gigs per month may notice reduced speeds, and Metro customers may notice reduced speeds versus some T-Mobile customers. Video streams at 480p. Coverage not available in some areas. See store for details and terms and conditions.